Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the first NCAA Division II Wrestling National Champion in the history of the University of Mary, Reece Barnhardt. Welcome to the Spotlight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Glad to be here.
A four-time All-American, now national champion. I know you've been booked with media requests, you flying back on Sunday, but has it set in yet that you are national champion?
Kinda. It feels a little more real than it did right after my match, but I guess not too much has changed back here. Like you said, I flew back home on Sunday, got here about like noon, took the rest of the day just kind of relax, and then Monday I was back to my normal stuff. To me, it kind of felt more like a group effort, anyways, and it took more than just me to accomplish it. So I guess I'm kind of thinking of it as like a team national championship. I guess that's not like the official title of it, but that's kind of more what it feels like to me.
We'll get a little bit more into the team aspect in a minute, but you had two fourth and a seventh place finish at nationals over the last 3 years. You're a true senior, no redshirt year for you. This year, you were upset in the semifinals of the regional tournament. What did you learn from the past seasons, the regional tournament that carried over to this national championships where you could come away with the title?
I guess past seasons, learning from my losses and even like seeing other kids lose in the region, that could be region finals, region semifinals, but finding a way to punch their ticket to nationals. And every year, nationals plays out exactly the opposite way that you think, or the way that it's seeded. So I knew going into nationals, it's anybody's game. And I've seen kids take third at regionals, second at regionals, go on to be national champs. And I just kind of kept believing in myself going into the national tournament and believed if I kept wrestling the way I wanted to wrestle, that anything could happen and I could come out on top.
So it's never easy to win four matches over a 2 day span, especially in the national tournament. The first two matches you got through all right, but then in the semifinals, you found yourself down late, but forced overtime. Talk us through the final seconds of regulation and then that late takedown to advance to the championship.
If you ask like my coaches and kind of anybody that's been following me wrestling wise and sees my matches, I get taken down. It was like a joke for a little bit that I got to get taken down first before like I can start scoring points. And I don't know, I've been down a lot during my college career or giving up takedowns, and I think that's just kind of helped me focus on that. It's a 7 minute match, and I have time. Given that he took me down with like a minute 20 or something left, but I don't know. I just never kind of lost belief that I am able. I can take this kid down. And I guess I really had no idea what the time was. I was just kind of focused on, okay, how am I going to get to this kid's legs now, and like what's the next thing I have to do to score? And I got to his legs with 40-ish seconds left. He was incredibly hard to score on, and I think I took him down with like 15 seconds left, and then he got an escape with like two left, and then we went to overtime. But I guess starting overtime, I was pretty exhausted, like because I feel like we got into 4 or 5 scrambles throughout the match where it was just like back and forth. And then we got into another 90-second scramble right away in overtime that got stopped and stalemated. And then we went back to our feet, and I kept telling myself, I'm like, I got to his legs. I'm like, I'm so close to finishing. I just got to do it one more time. And then I think I don't know how much time was left in overtime, but we kind of both lowered our levels, kind of clanked heads, and I got my fingers around his knee, and I was able to kind of drive through him for that takedown. And then yeah, just a relief, I guess, at that point.
My next question was, who was more excited about that overtime win, you or Coach Aho?
I think I was too exhausted to be like too crazy about it. I was more relieved after it happened. Like after last year, I got taken down with like 2 seconds left in the semifinals, and then this year I found a way to get it done in overtime. It wasn't super pretty, but we got the job done. But I think Aho is probably more pumped I looked over and they're jumping around, and yeah, watching the video of their reactions might be more entertaining than the actual match.
It definitely was. Those two were definitely on pins and needles, and you got that point, and jubilation occurred. So on to the championship match. Before each match, do you have a routine you follow, and did you change anything for the championship match?
Um, I guess I have things that I do. It's not like a specific warm up or like I put like one shoe on before the other, but I just kind of relaxed and treated it like another match. No, I wouldn't say I followed any routine. It was just trying to not make the match bigger than what it was, which it was just another wrestling match.
You did get walk-up music, Poison, Nothing But a Good Time, I believe. Why
Yep.
did you choose that for your walk-up music?
So my brother, his senior year, he was also a 133 pounder at the University of Mary, and I don't know if it was just a senior or it was junior too. That was his walkout song, and originally I had a different walkout song, and that I guess Poison, Nothing But a Good Time, was my walkout song all year for the duels and stuff. But that was also his senior year, and I originally had a different one at the beginning of the year, and then I'm like, I'll just copy him and I'll do that one. And he always gives me a bunch of crap. He's like, you just copying everything I do. But I guess that just felt like the right song and just trying to have a good time when I'm wrestling. So I guess yeah, that's it. Ended up working out.
Well, you definitely did have a good time in that title match. Score was tied 4-4 before you rode him out the entire second period. How many times have you rode someone out for an entire period, and how confident were you headed into the final period after that second period?
Rideouts, I guess not a ton, maybe probably less than 10. Um, I guess I wasn't planning. That wasn't in like the game plan to ride him out the whole second period, but I guess the opportunity presented itself, and I got to my stuff on top, and I was able to do it. But and then yeah, that going into that third period, yeah, my focus is still like, okay, I'm going to get away and I'm going to take him down. I'm going to do the same thing. So that was what I was focusing on, and thankfully it ended up working out.
Was there a specific moment, maybe before the clock hit zero, but was there a time during the match where you knew you were going to be national champion, or did you just wait for that clock to hit zeros?
I probably like 5 seconds left. I kind of felt him on bottom, just kind of stop working quite as hard, and yeah, I guess like 5 seconds before the clock, I'm like, oh, like we did it. Yeah, I'm just kind of thankful in that moment.
An exciting match. You mentioned you grew up in Bismarck. Your brother was a wrestler at U Mary. You decided to stay home, follow in his footsteps, wrestle for Coach Aho. How much does it mean to you, the program, the community, to earn this national championship and help the Marauders to that sixth place team finish?
Okay, yeah, it means a lot to me that I could be a part of something like bigger than myself. Um, and to put, not that UMary wasn't already on the map, but I think for the kids there right now, and even yeah, like you said, in the community, showing them that we have the tools at UMary to, we have the coaches and the tools at UMary to get kids to a, or be able to wrestle for a national championship and win big matches like the national finals. So hopefully it starts a trend where kids want to come to UMary and they expect to win a national title and they come here. It's not just coming here to wrestle in college, it's coming here to be an All-American and be a national champ, because I think that's something that's attainable here in Bismarck at UMary.
Do you feel like you have eternal bragging rights over your brother now at holiday dinners?
Maybe he's probably going to bring like golf up or something, and how he gives me a stroke every hole and still works me, but maybe I'll try not to
Maybe.
bring it up too much.
Well, you always got that in your back pocket. Moving on.
Yeah.
So, final question we got for you: what's next for Reece Barnhardt now that wrestling's over? You were a freshman. You didn't redshirt, so you're a true senior. What's next for you now that wrestling career is over?
The plan is right now to be a grad assistant coach next year for UMary, enter a master's program, and then I'm actually taking my dental admission test in June. So I'll have a year gap between hopefully getting accepted and starting dental school. So that's what I'll do that GA spot if that works out for that year off kind of. And
Sure.
then I think it's like August, September 2026 is when I would like to be starting dental school, but that's kind of the general outline of
Sure.
what I hope happens.
All right, dental school in your future. You still got some wrestling coaching to do over the next year, hopefully. So, well,
Yeah.
again, Reece, congratulations on a fantastic career. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Now, don't use that too soon at the first holiday dinner. You got to hold that for a couple, 3, 4 years on tape, and then pull it out when he's not expecting it. All right.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.